Welcome
to the Island Shuffle.
Welcome to the Island Shuffle. I'm my name Bean.
And I'm James Brown.
And together, we get up to no good.
We get up to no good on the island that we know you love.
You love it. This is a show we watch Lost in bad order. We'd say whatever episode, who cares? And then watch episode that one.
And oh my goodness, today we got a mad popper of an episode. I'll tell you what.
You light this episode on fire? Watch it go.
Mad popper. We all say that.
You know.
We all say mad popper.
We all call all kinds of things mad poppers.
Yeah.
Did you go to the mad popper last weekend?
I was at the mad popper, and you know what?
Yeah?
It was a mad fucking popper, I'll tell you that much.
God, what a popper.
Welcome to the Mad Poppers. Can I take your order, please?
The thing about language is it's so versatile. Anything can really mean anything if you think about it.
A mom and pop shop.
Mm-hmm.
To save time, just take out some of the letters in the word. So I take the M-A from mom, or I guess the M from mom.
Yeah.
The AD from and.
Yeah.
And then pop, and then add er at the end.
Yeah.
So a mom and pop shop is now a mad popper.
I mean, that's exactly it. That's exactly how it works.
That's how we talk.
That's how, listen. And this is like a millennial thing. Mm-hmm. This is we're always coming up with crazy slangs and turns of phrases that have all the old people's heads spinning.
It's like how we call skateboards now. We call them millennial falcons because they get us there quick. Like a falcon.
That's true. A skateboard is as fast as a falcon.
A skateboard is the closest thing we have comparable to a falcon. And
if you think about it, Tony Hawk is kind of like the first millennial.
Yeah, exactly. He is. He raised me. That man and his blue cartridge game.
Yes. And his tricks and his flips.
His flips, manuals to connect all the tricks together. You multipliers, more tricks, more multiplication.
And you know what? It's all because of anticipation.
Oh, God. So, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. It's good. The show we do is good, and people love to hear it.
We got a real mad popper of an episode this time.
That much we can confirm.
This was episode 20, period.
Yeah, just plain old episode 20. If you're counting the episodes from the start, you get to 20. Guess where you end up?
This one.
And it's called Do No Harm.
Do No Harm.
And it focuses on
Jack.
That's right.
Jack. You know our good doctor friend.
The doctor friend who is good. He's ostensibly the protagonist of the show.
They like to say that he is, and they sort of frame it that he is, but he's not.
Yeah, we know the truth. I don't know if this is our first Jack episode.
If it's not our first, then it is our second.
Yeah. So we're already 40 some episodes deep.
Yeah, and we haven't seen any Jack.
And we're just now scratching the surface of what Jack's about.
Meanwhile, we know all about Rose and Bernard.
We know all about Sawyer, and we know all about Frank.
We know all. Oh my God, Frank and his dirty shirt.
His shirty dirt.
But he hasn't come in yet. He is a shirty dirt.
He's a real shirty dirt, if you ask me.
He likes to think he's a mad popper, but he's a shirty dirt.
That's true. Look, the way it is in this world, you're either a mad popper or you're a shirty dirt.
You're a shirty dirt.
And that's just, it's cruel. But that's just the way society is.
Yeah, it's cruel, but it's usual.
Yeah, it's cruel, but usual.
Yeah, as long as it's not unusual.
Standard cruelty.
But it is punishment. I will make that very clear.
Absolutely.
So this is all about Boone dying. As much as we just said it was all about Jack, it's all about Boone dying.
It's all about Boone dying. It's all about Jack trying to save Boone. So we've seen the episode where Boone fall down in a plane.
That was 8 episodes ago.
That was a few episodes ago. 2 episodes ago, we saw Boone have a funeral.
A great funeral.
Great funeral.
Big fight.
Big classic fight.
It was a mad popper, I'll tell you that much. And honestly, I've been to a couple funerals. Mostly shirty dirts.
And like fair.
I know. I think they probably should be shirty dirts.
If you came away from a funeral being like, that was one mad pauper, then someone did not do this funeral right.
Yeah, someone died a little too fun.
Someone had a little too much fun in that coffin.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is the episode in the middle of those two things, the smack dab middle. So we get to watch Boone die in agonizing, excruciating detail.
It's crazy. It takes the whole episode, and it's all that's happening, or it's just like a continuous thing throughout. It's just Boone is dying, and scary medical procedure forever.
Yes, it's very much an intense doctor episode.
Yeah.
Which is not something the show really does.
This is an emergency room drama now.
Exactly.
Like, it very much is.
The only other time I can think of where it became that, I think there are other Jack flashbacks where you get scenes of him doing intense doctor stuff.
Yeah.
And there's also the time where he does a surgery on Ben. That's nowhere near as high stakes as this.
Not at all like this, because that was like a surgery.
That was an actual surgery, and then he'd do a slice, and then that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is just like he's like as soon as it like episode opens, and he's like, okay, bring Boone over here. Camera's shaking. Everyone's like, is he okay? What's happening? And everyone's like, and Jack starts right away barking orders, being like, son, second drawer there. I need a thingy. Kate,
give me that thing.
Kate, go to the beach. Get all the alcohol you can find. Raid Sawyer's stash. Hurley, I need you to just get your shit together. Just like calm down. I don't know if he tells Hurley to do anything. He just tells him to chill out.
Because that's all Hurley does. Hurley sits 10 feet away from this the whole time.
That's true. He just sits just outside, and
he's like not that worried.
No, he's just like chilling.
He's eating. He's always eating. It's so crazy.
It's not a good look.
He's just eating all the time.
To be fair,
what else can they make him do?
I guess.
He's on an island. No one else is ever eating.
I guess so, huh? So.
It was like Boone was in the middle of dying while Jack was operating on him, and Hurley was just there off to the side being like, that's a mad pauper. Not a bad Friday night.
Now this pops madly.
Yeah. Someone goes over, how are you doing, Hurley? He's like, it could be worse. Then points to Boone. Could be worse.
Classic Hurley knows how to read the room.
Someone's having a shirty dirt day.
We're good. We're good at our jobs. We're good at our jobs, which is English. So many dramas unfold as Boone is like, and I want to stress how like. Because, like, The Lost isn't a show that can get violent and gory sometimes.
Yeah.
This episode really fucking goes in.
It's sort of gross. Do you want to just... I think it might be easiest to just, like, go through the Boone.
Yeah.
And then go through, like, the Claire and then whatever else.
Yes.
And then,
yeah, I think so. Let's just go through... Because... Yeah, okay. So
it's a lot of graphic scenes with Boone.
And like kind of one after the other. So like let's just kind of like together
let's drill them out.
Let's just So first off, things settle down. People set up a like makeshift surgery room out of like tarp, I guess.
Yeah.
So that people don't have to constantly look at Boone's horrible body. I mean, it's in a bad way.
Yeah, I know. It's not pleasant to look at.
it's in a rough shape.
Jesus, Boone, get a room.
And you know what?
So they give him one.
They give him one.
Yeah.
He can't really get himself one, so he gets one. And Boone and Jack kind of figures out, okay, he doesn't have blood, and also his leg needs to be reset. So
and also his lung just collapsed. So in the midst of all that, like everybody's shouting at everybody, doing that, he's also gets what looks to be like a knitting needle. Yeah.
And fucking just goes like 3, 2, 1, poop him right in the chest.
Now instead of a collapsed lung, Boone has a punctured lung.
That's true. I'm not the doctor, so I'm going to trust him on that one.
Yeah, it's good enough for me, I guess.
Exactly. So lung dealt with, but we still have leg and blood problems.
Mm-hmm.
So the first things first, they start working on resetting the leg.
Yeah.
Sun comes through and is like, Son has a
She's
stick.
like, "Where's the reset button?"
Son's like, can I get a mulligan on this one?
Yeah, exactly. We got a bunch of good legs over there, Doc.
and
Jesus, Boone, you're a needy fucker, aren't you?
I mean, you're about no.
I
was about to
poor
say.
Boone.
I was about to say needy. Well, you got two knees right now, but you're about to only have one.
Foreshadowing. Needy.
So, big moment where Son comes up with a stick, and Jack is like, I really don't think we have time for herbal remedies right now. And it's like, cool, racism from you. And Son responds by just being super helpful for the rest of the episode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Son spends the whole episode just being like, okay, here's this. I'm holding his shoulders. I'm, being just like giving advice. We'll get into the details on that. So the stick is
a meth stick.
It's a biting stick.
It's a biting stick because they're about to relocate his leg or something. And they do that. And there's a big crunch.
Big crunch, big scream.
I don't know where the crunch came from. Was it Boone's entire leg being moved back into positioning? Or those fucking chips that Hurley was eating 5 feet away?
Yeah.
That was a Dorito crunch.
that was a big honking Dorito.
That was a sweet chili heat.
Yeah.
And then Hurley went, "Woo!
Yeah.
Forgot it. They're spicy."
That's true. If you listen,
someone give me some water.
If you listen really closely, then yes, you can hear the like agonizing screams are just Hurley.
Oh, just Hurley.
Yeah.
His mouth is hot.
His mouth is too hot.
Give me some ranch dressing. He loves ranch dressing in this show. That's a crazy move.
Honestly, the way this show treats Hurley is
they were nice enough to not make it mayonnaise. Like, that's what you can say about it. That is the nicest thing that they did. But they did give him a giant jar of ranch dressing that is his best friend in the show.
And then they had multiple characters make fun of him.
Oh,
for
yeah.
it.
The go-to whenever a character is mad is, "Hurley, you fat piece of shit." It's awful.
Not good.
Yeah.
This show is not good. It falls into like tokenism in almost every respect.
Yeah, JRR tokenism.
In race, in gender, in body size.
Body size.
The only non Hollywood body type is Hurley, and he's butt of all of the food jokes.
Yeah.
He loves food.
Who else has a non-Hollywood body type? Maybe Frank. The baby when it's born.
The baby when it's born is it's super not Hollywood.
And I think the people who like die in the first episode.
Yes,
because those people are all bloody and stuff. And
exactly.
Most actors don't look like that.
Yeah, if you found an actor that looked like that, that actor is probably not really an actor and might just be a corpse.
Yeah.
So like, you maybe run your auditions a little better.
Yeah, I guess I've been looking in the wrong spot for all my actors.
Yeah, you really gotta stop looking at the cemetery for all your roles.
Gotta love that spot though. Oh my God, get the old Luigi board out there and you say a couple spills and you get your friends up and are rolling around in the dirt. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. That sounds to me like a Mad Popper.
That's a Mad Popper. That's not a...
That's a real Mad Popper.
Shirty dirt?
That's far from a shirty dirt.
Okay, shirty dirt.
Shirty dirt is hard to say.
Yeah, it is. I forgot what it was.
Is it the East Coast in me that has trouble saying shirty dirt?
Shirty dirt.
I feel like I'm adding an extra like 5 hours to
Shirty
it.
dirt.
No,
that's an old cigarette.
Yeah, you do not want to smoke a shardy dart, my bud.
Fucking shardy dart the other night. Still can't get the taste out of my mouth. Oh, that's gross.
That's awful. That's awful. Oh.
Shardy dart. Okay.
Language is a forbidden, a forbidden act.
So they put Boone's leg back in where the leg goes, and then what happens? Then they got to do the blood.
Next up, blood time. So Charlie comes through and is like, "Oh my gosh, what the heck? Oh my gosh, what happened to his leg? Does Shannon know? Where is anybody? What the heck is happening?" And Jack's like, "You want to make yourself useful, Charlie? Well, listen up. go around, find anybody's blood type.
Yes.
We need A negative. And Charlie goes around, does that, comes back empty-handed. Nobody's A negative.
Empty-handed.
And Jack says, you know what? Well, I'm O something or other. O negative.
Universal donor, baby.
Yeah, so maybe this blood will send him into shock, but maybe it'll save his life. So I'll just do a blood transfusion on myself.
Classic Jack.
Jack is just going the distance.
He's selfless but also selfish, you know? It's like he's that type of guy where you're like, no, Jack, like, leave your blood in your body. I insist, like, don't. And he's like, no, I'll give you my blood. I will give you my blood.
I've got it right here.
Yeah, he's the overbearing host.
It's very, it's, please, I don't need.
Oh, no, you don't.
You know, I had a blood transfusion just before I came here.
Yeah,
I really
exactly.
don't. Like,
really, I'm full of blood,
and
honestly.
then it's just like, actually, that's super rude, turns out.
Yeah.
To turn down a blood transfusion.
Oh, yeah, you really
from
shouldn't. A real shirty dirt move.
Yeah, you're a real
You ever been at a party where a blood transfusion goes on, though?
Cannot say that I've had that experience.
It's a mad popper.
Like, to each their own. That sounds like a shirty dirt to me, but I mean, like, takes all kinds.
What if we had thought up these words before we started recording, and we're like, it's gonna be so cool. We'll keep saying them. People are gonna love it.
It's gonna be, yeah. We like have it laid out, just like, all right, this is it. This is how it takes off.
We got 2 words.
We got 2 words, and we're inventing them, and boy, all the kids will be saying them, and man, the trend will be set.
It's gonna take off, yeah. But
nope, we're just dipshits.
Just dipshit.
We're just dipshits who are good at making each other laugh with dumbass words.
That's it. Just a couple shirty dirts who think they're mad poppers.
That's true. I mean, that's what it boils down to, huh?
And then what do we got? Charlie leaves.
Charlie comes back.
He comes back also.
No, because...
Or he comes back empty-handed.
Yeah.
And then he also... And then Jack's like, go take care of a baby.
Yes, exactly.
And Charlie's like, I know what you're talking about.
There's a baby happening. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get into it later.
So, Son comes through and is like, hey, guess what I found? All these little... He finds a little, like, urchin-looking thing.
Yeah, nature's needles.
Nature's needles. And he's like, check it out. Perfect for a needle. Perfect width and hollowness for it to be a needle. And Jack's like... Fuck yeah, awesome.
Cool.
Like, Son's constantly coming through like that. Son's like...
Son is a goddamn genius.
While, like, their post-leg adjustment, Jack is, like, asking Boone, like, constantly, like, Boone, what's your blood type? Boone, what's your blood type? And Son's like, man, you gotta chill out. He's, like, really fucked up. And Jack's like, I can't chill out because he's gonna die.
He's gonna die.
That's their whole dynamic, is that Jack is, like tunnel vision focused on fixing Boone, which is obviously turns out to be a major part of his character.
Yeah.
And like fair, because
I would want my doctor to be concentrated on that a little bit.
Of course, but Son is,
but also like very tunnel vision.
Exactly,
focused,
and Son is like, hey man, you know, get some air. I'll take care of this.
Yeah, take 2. Like you are killing yourself right now.
Take a minute. You want some? I'll help you out with some needles.
Smoke a little weed.
It's it's a side of Son that I don't think we ever see before.
Yeah.
Because Son, like, largely just kind of exists to, like, be there with Jin.
She's sort of like Jin's translator.
Exactly. But here, like, she really is coming through.
She saves the day.
She is very much, like... coming through in a major way. It's really like, it's just like, whoa, oh yeah, these guys were characters once upon a time. This group of people interacted in a way that felt like natural.
Oh, exactly, right? It's like you don't get anything like this later on.
No.
She's like standing on a wharf with a gun. It's like, what is going on here?
Yeah, that's true. She like openly threatens Widmore at one point. I don't know if we've seen that scene.
I did not see that.
No, the scene I'm thinking of is the scene where Son buys up her dad's company.
Oh, yeah.
And is like, I run things now.
She buys the company.
Yep.
How? Oh my God.
Money.
Son becomes I guess this was her first taste of power and she loved it.
She couldn't get enough, and the rest was history.
The rest was history. Do you think Son got all the money to buy her dad's business by selling the heroin?
That would make sense, wouldn't it? I think as much as I love this bit, the nerd in me has to be like, it was the settlement money from Oceanic.
Which
is also like still insane. I think that's not enough. So she probably got a little on the side by selling those Virgin Mary statues.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's what sort of pushed her over.
Gave her the 51%.
Exactly.
She could get like 40 with the settlement.
It was big, but her dad owns Samsung.
Yeah, that's true. So now Sun owns Samsung.
Yeah, which is weird. But that's why she has the gun now.
Yeah, and she's gonna change Samsung's name to Sam Gun.
Sam Gun.
So, with that established, let's return back to simpler days when Boone dies.
Boone. So Jack gives Boone some blood. and then he's like
really fucked up.
Yeah, Jack loses all of his color and
he's like got baggy eyes and like this kind of goes like it seems to work at first, but then Boone comes to and is like, I fell from a plane. Oh,
fell off.
And Jack's like, what? Locke said you were a cliff. Well, you're not making any sense. A hatch. What the heck are you talking about? A hatch? And Boone passes out again. So suddenly, not only is Jack given blood, like he also realizes, oh shit, his leg is not just dislocated, it's crushed, and there's blood pooling in it. And the only way out of this is to just completely chop that leg off.
So then they go to the weird rolly thingy that is very inexplicably there.
Yes, they're in the like middle of the jungle, and here's this like. My only guess is it's like apart from the plane, right? Because this is before they found all the Dharma stuff. So it must be that like it's like a cabin door or something, like a luggage door or something. It looks like it's like a garage door, but curved,
like smaller,
small and curved and sharp enough to sever a leg, I guess.
So it's the leg severer for all intents and purposes. It is the Flight Oceanic leg severer that every flight comes equipped with.
Yeah, it's the official Oceanic guillotine.
The guillotine, exactly.
And so he goes. Like Jack's like, Michael, come help me with this.
Come on, we're chopping a leg,
chopping a leg off, and
Michael's like, I'm not a piece of shit in this episode. Let's just be helpful.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, I brought this guillotine. Here you go.
Here you go.
So
thought we might use this today.
So and all the while, Sun is like, this is not. He's too far gone. You cannot chop his leg off. And Jack's
this is fucked, Jack. You're taking pieces off.
You've given him like a gallon of blood.
Yeah.
You need to like and Jack's like, once again, nope. I'm said I'd fix him and I'm fixing him. Gotta chop his leg off. And so he's got him set up. He's got the leg resting there. He's ready to do it. He's like got his hands right on the garage door. And he's about to do it. And who should speak up? But the Boone himself.
The Boone himself.
And he says, don't chop off my leg. I'm not going to make it through this. Like, what, you're going to chop off my leg and then I'm going to survive that on this shithole island?
Yeah.
Like, all right. Look,
then you have, like, a leg to deal with. Who wants to... What do you do with an old leg?
A leg and then the rest of me? Come on, buddy.
What are you going to do? Sell it on the black market?
So Boone, very... nobly, is that the word?
Stoically
says, listen, I know you said you'd save me, but I'm letting you off the hook. You gotta let go, Jack. And with that, I will impart to you my final words, which are, and he whispers in real close, tell Shannon. And then he dies.
Very sad. Boone has shit timing. It
Truly.
Finish your sentence.
Yeah.
I don't know what dying is like, but I would like to think. So Boone lived an entire lifetime.
Yeah.
And he had the most important thing that he could ever say.
Yeah.
And he only got half of it out.
Yeah, rough time. Like, I appreciate the, like... I understand that your immediate priority is, Jack, don't chop my leg off. I don't. That's gonna make this way gnarlier than it already is.
Give us that tell Shannon line earlier, though.
Yeah.
Shannon never finds out.
Shannon never finds out. We never know what he was going to tell Shannon.
It's almost like the writers didn't write anything for that part.
It's true. The dog ate the rest of that part of the script.
The dog ate the bone work.
The bone work?
The dog ate the Boone's words.
Ah, there we go. You got there.
The dog ate Alpo.
Okay. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Do you know Alpo?
That's a dog food, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So
right.
I just thought that maybe a fact would be nice for the people.
Yeah, finally something to ground them into
My
sense
dog
of
ate
reality.
Alpo.
Your dog. We were an Eames family.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Alpo. Came in a big bag. Sold it at the grocery store.
I
like to get people food and dog food at the same place, you know?
I mean, it's just get more convenient that way.
I don't need no special dog food store.
Dog food big and heavy though, so like groceries are already so much. I
That's
feel like
true.
making a dog food its own thing kind of makes sense.
That's true,
Then
I
again,
guess.
it's been a long ass time since I've ever had to deal with dog food in any capacity.
Uh-huh. Aside from the production of it.
Yes, which
it's
we
been a long time since I've been on the other side of the dog.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, are you implying that this podcast is nothing but a load of dog food?
Oh my God! Maybe after it's been chewed up and processed by a dog.
Yes, then it becomes dog food. What we're saying is, let your dog listen to this show.
Yeah.
Tell us what they think, and we'll take it from there.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
Baxter.
That's a great name for a dog. Was that your dog?
Oh, no, but I knew a Baxter back in the day.
Yeah, that's a
I
great
hope you're
dog
listening now, Baxter. We are so proud of you.
This goes out to all the Baxters out there.
Buster.
Only dogs. If you're a real person named Baxter, you can
Get
just
out.
like get out of town.
Yeah.
Especially if you're there's a milk brand named Baxter, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, there is. Baxter's.
So
I like that brand.
It's a good brand. Strong brand.
They got good cows working for them.
For some reason, I trust a lot of milk brands. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Milk brand seems so wholesome.
Milk is super regulated here, so it's you can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
I was in Vermont last October, and there was a milk brand called Hood, and it was just like this yellow plain packaging.
Ooh.
I didn't trust it that much.
No.
Yeah, Hood.
I mean, to be fair, no name brand comes in yellow plain packaging all the time.
At least they have the decency not to give it a name, let alone a bad name. Hood, awful milk name. Why not name it like Nature's Cow or something?
Yeah, like something just like nice and farmy.
Yeah, exactly. Fruit of the grass.
That's milk.
Yeah, exactly. Hood. Cows don't wear hoods. Cows don't live in neighborhoods. How does it apply?
I have a lot of questions. I wonder if this is like local to Vermont or what.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess.
But, whatever.
Hey,
Alpo is fine.
Some mysteries better left unsolved.
Yeah, I would say so with Hood.
Yeah.
I don't want to know where that's coming from.
Who does?
So that's Boone.
That's Boone. Boone dies, and everyone's sad.
It's cute, yeah.
And Jack has a moment where he's like, I'm going to go kill John Locke now. And that's how the episode
and that's
ends.
it, yeah.
So.
Don't worry, there's more medical emergencies going on.
Listen. We are all sad for Boone. He died, but you know who else? With the cycle of life, a leaf falls and a tree grows.
And, oh my God, do those things take the same amount of time?
They sure do. They sure take the same amount of time and happen on the same day.
Yeah, Claire gives birth.
Why not make the birth and death episode the same episode?
And she names the kid Boone.
Boone 2.
Boone 2.
She doesn't know at the moment that Boone is dying.
Better Boone. No, she doesn't. She just likes him.
She's just like, I feel like Boone could be better.
Yeah.
So let's just name this kid Better
Yeah,
Boone.
exactly. Let's get this one right, okay?
Yeah. Chaos Boone. So, yeah, sure enough. So Kate is sent back to get some alcohol.
Yeah.
Ransacks it from Sawyer.
I wrote down what she says when she sees Sawyer. She says, Sawyer, I need all your alcohol.
Yep.
Now. Which is great if you think that, like, Kate's like, there's a mad popper going on back there. Like, let's fucking go.
Exactly.
We're getting lit.
Sawyer, we need to get lit right now.
Yeah.
It's an emergency.
Boone's dying.
No.
It's a death party.
It's a death party. We're celebrating the life well lived.
Yeah. So I guess what was actually going on, though, was, like, Boone was dying and Jack was like, we need to get the alcohol for the surgery because I don't do surgery sober.
Exactly, yeah.
As a general rule.
Exactly, just like, I'm going to need to be donked for this one.
Yeah, I get blackout every time. I don't know how I do it. I don't know why I do it.
It just works.
Yeah, exactly. Don't question it now, Kate.
We're in too deep.
Yeah, and
just for good measure, I'll be getting rid of my blood, so
exactly.
That'll make all that alcohol really go down.
Yeah, exactly.
Very well.
I know we don't have much. I want to make it. I want to stretch the limits. Might not be enough to black me out, so I'll dump some of this blood out real quick. Jack gets blackout and he's like, all right, we're cutting off your leg, fucker.
And he's just like, I'm good now, actually.
Yeah, but it's like, all right, I saw what kind of doctor you are.
I'm standing. Please.
Yeah. And then Jack's like, nah, it's time for you to die.
And then he's like, well, you gotta go kill Locke now, too.
Yeah. Doctor's orders.
Doctor's orders. A prescription of murder. So Kate, on the way back, running through, trip and fall, and look at the backpack, and oh no, the alcohol broken.
She broke some of the booze things. They only fell from the sky.
They survived a plane crash. They survived a plane tearing apart.
Yeah,
mid-air, and then landing smack on some land. But
they didn't survive the little trip on Kate's back.
One little tumble in, kerplunk, gone.
Kerplunk.
Not all of it's gone, just some of it.
Just some of it.
That's
why Jack had to dump out his blood.
But she stumbles upon, who could it be now? Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. But Claire.
And she's having a baby.
She's having a baby.
But she's like, no, I'm not.
I'm probably not having a baby. But Kate is like, oh, that's a baby. And
I see it. It's sticking out of you.
There it is. And
Claire, you've been visibly pregnant this whole time. We know.
You don't have to hide it. She doesn't have to.
Like, no, I'm just.
This is just how I'm shaped.
I'm like Hurley. To be fair, they are both actors in the show Lost. They are.
That's true.
She is like Hurley.
That's true. Kate is a lot like Jack, too, in the sense that they are characters on the television show Lost.
And they are both Sawyer's love interests.
That makes them extra connected, huh? Yeah. You could draw these connections all day, and it's kind of like when you see the whole web of all the characters that are actually on the show Lost. It's almost like the writers intended it. It's almost like the writers from day one were like, this show is gonna have a lot of characters.
And then like you've drawn the web and it's like on your desk, and then you look up and your family has left you. And you're like, well, it was worth it. I figured it out.
I figured out all the characters on the show Lost, and here they all are. And now it all makes perfect sense, as plain as day to me.
And your wife and kids live on an island with a billionaire now.
Honestly, I'm happy for them, because that's the kind of lifestyle I could never provide.
I clearly wasn't paying them any attention.
No, I was way too focused on simply listing the characters of the show Lost.
And drawing lines in between all of them.
Every single one of them.
That's beautiful.
Just like, Richard was on the show. And also, Ben was on the show. Yes, okay, so that's a line.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
baby is coming. And
the baby sort of just stays coming for a long time.
Jin, who's working on the raft,
hears
Kate calling for help. Jin rushes over and says, oh my gosh, I don't understand what's going on. I still only speak Korean. So Kate says, here, give this sack of alcohol to Jack and tell Jack to get here right now, because this baby's probably happening. So Jin goes to the doctor, and this is a lot's happening at this moment.
He's getting the IV out.
Jack is literally in the middle of transfusing blood and then also explaining to Charlie and Jin how to deliver a
baby. It's dope.
And Charlie's like, well, you're going to be there, right? And Jack's like, dude, look at me.
No, I am not going to be there.
I got priorities.
I got legs to cut, buddy.
These legs aren't going to cut themselves. So Charlie and Jin show up, and Charlie's like, it's okay. Kate, you're just going to have to deliver this baby. Jack told me how to do it. It's easy. And they do it, and it's a classic having a baby scene.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. The baby's fine.
The baby's fine. We saw that scene like 2 episodes ago.
We saw that scene
in the future.
Yeah, last episode, in fact.
Last episode.
And it was we also know that Sawyer sees this birth happen too, but
from the future.
From the future. So
future Sawyer is there in this scene. That has been established.
It's true.
5 seasons from now.
That's really just funny to think about.
Yeah.
I like because you also see like as they're giving birth, you see like Charlie and Jin off to the side, and they're just kind of like giving each other a look like, uh-oh, hope this is going well. And when it does go well, they hug, and it's
they're
nice.
like, yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
But what you don't see is Sawyer and his gun going, I'm 5 years older than I was when this happened.
You don't see Sawyer being like, what's done is done.
What's done is done, yeah.
So, there's a moment when like we're just at the moment of like, all right, Claire, I need you to push. Now is the time that we start to push. It's happening, nothing doing. Got to go through with it. And Claire says, what if the baby doesn't want me? Like mid like breathing and like crying and like a lot of things. Claire's like, what if the baby doesn't want me? The baby knows I'm going to give it up for adoption. Babies know these things. Is that the exact line?
I didn't write it down, but that is
the exact line is babies know that stuff.
Babies know that stuff.
And
no, they don't.
They don't. And that's a bad reason to not have your baby.
Oh yeah, I'm going to keep it in. This one is staying in.
I get it. You're having a baby. It's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary. You're scared. It doesn't come across as that. Like, it doesn't, like, there's way nuttier things that this show has done.
Yeah.
This doesn't come across to me as like what the fuck, Claire? As just like a kind of a silly thing.
Yeah, it's like, why is Claire so dumb in this moment?
Yeah.
Babies know this stuff. No, they don't.
And Kate has a really good response to this, which is he's like, listen, you want this baby to be healthy, right? Don't worry, it knows that too. And also, this baby is all of us.
What?
I appreciate the sentiment. There's a lot of heat going around. You're giving birth to a baby all of a sudden. But
no one can talk. No one knows anything anymore.
There's a baby coming. Words don't mean anything anymore.
It is a mad popper out there.
Remember how we came up with mad popper and shirty dirt because we didn't know how to
talk. That I guess we literally. It's because we witnessed it go on.
Exactly.
And then we recreated it for the fans.
And we're doing something that we've done 40 some times.
True, 44 now.
I think if there was a baby happening and also simultaneously someone I only kind of know dying.
Your acquaintance was dying over there.
Words would not mean anything anymore.
That is absolutely true.
I would be just like, I don't even want to try to hear what that would sound like because it would be unlistenable. So let's not even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the baby pops out. And does a little dance.
And then
it's gross looking.
It's a gross looking as babies are.
And what else happens in this episode aside from the flashback?
The baby, like, there's a montage of baby. Claire shows the baby to the whole camp, and everyone's like, "Wow!"
Oh yeah.
But also, Shannon comes back from. Shannon.
Shannon and Saeed do a romantic thing.
They kiss, and Shannon's like, "Boone is in love with me." And Saeed's like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah, you're a weird two people.
And then, but yeah, while this is happening, the classic sad lost music is playing.
Yeah,
you got that classic piano, and the strings are going also, and with a life comes a death, and oh boy, oh boy,
oh boy, oh boy, oh boy,
oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And so that's the island, essentially.
That's the island.
And then we just have Jack's backstory,
which is
his wedding.
Jack's backstory really stands in contrast with the incredibly action's not the right word, drama-filled stuff on the island. Because Jack is having a wedding, and he can't write his vows, and he can't write his vows.
And he can't write his vows.
And that's his backstory.
And he cannot write his vows.
There's a lot to talk about in this backstory. I want to focus on a few things. I want to focus on the first scene where Jack is fitting someone named Marty for a bow tie.
He's fitting Marty for a bow tie.
And he's like, the relationship between Marty and Jack is never established.
Oh, it doesn't exist. It's like the whole time it's like they're saying out loud, "Oh yeah, we're best friends."
Yeah.
And like all of their body language is like, I've never met this guy in my life.
It's true. I will put my cards on the table, willing to bet we never see Marty ever again.
No, I don't think we do.
Marty, Jack's only friend.
Yeah, Marty, Jack's singular friend.
Who's like, I'm a little nervous to give the best man speech, but I'll be fine after a beer or 8.
Oh, Marty, you little saucy dog.
That dog.
Feed him Alpo.
Feed him Eames. That's what I think. The main scene that I really want to focus on is it's the, like, I guess pre-day of wedding. I'm an adult. I know how weddings go.
The pre-day.
The pre-day. It's the day before the day of.
Wedding's Eve.
Wedding's Eve. All Wedding's Eve.
December 24th.
And Marty has just given his speech, and up steps Jack's fiancée, Sarah. And Sarah.
Oh, like the rehearsal dinner or something.
Yes, rehearsal dinner. That's exactly it. God, we sure are functioning adults, huh? So Sarah gives a speech about how Jack and them met, and boy, here it is.
It is absurd.
It is a lot. Sarah says, a few years ago, I was in a car accident. My SUV spiraled around. And when I woke up in the hospital, they were saying, I'll never walk again. My spine is too messed up. But Jack looked me in the eyes and said he'd fix me. And sure enough, here I am standing before you today. I will be able to dance at our wedding because of Jack. And I just want to say thank you for that.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
We already know from Island stuff that Jack is a guy of focus and determination. But boy, how about that?
Couldn't give him like a normal wife. They had to give him a like, I almost died, but you saved me type of wife, which is a person I've never met before.
Yes.
I've never heard of this type of person in the world.
This type of relationship where your doctor saves your life and then you marry your doctor.
Yeah, the doctor-patient relationship.
Classic thing always happens.
Yeah, exactly. Jack had this creepy, like, era of giving people life-saving surgeries and then just, like, stalking them for the next 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And it worked out this time.
It's dark.
Yeah, it's very weird.
It feels like the way it's played is like, for the most part, like, oh, it's just they're just married. He's got the jitters or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, if you think about it even for a second, it's like, hey, whoa, Jack.
Sup, buddy.
Sup, buddy.
Very weird, but whatever. They're in love.
They're in love. They seem happy.
They're in love.
They play Heart and Soul down at the grand piano.
And it's cute.
And they have a couple of cute banters. And Jack's like, don't know if I can write these vows. And she's like, you don't have to. And he's like, I'm gonna.
I'll write the vows.
I do everything I say I'll do. I'm gonna write these vows. And
then later, Jack is just sitting with his feet in the pool with 2 sticks of vodka in his hands, and he's just looking at paper, and then Dad comes in. Bad Dad. Who Jack wasn't sure if he was going to come or not, but he came.
He comes.
And his dad sits down, and he's like, I'm going to drink the vodka too.
Yep.
He's like, what are you doing, Jack? And he's like, I'm trying to write these vows. And Dad is like, all right then.
And Jack kind of confides in him. he's like, hey, is it fucked up that I'm marrying this patient of mine? He basically says, like, am I only marrying... It comes across like classic, just like, is this the right thing to do? I'm nervous because of how marriage is a commitment. But it also does come across as like, ooh, this is this...
A weird ethical gray area.
I'm just now realizing that maybe there's an ethical gray area here. And his dad looks him in the eyes and says, look, you're all about commitment, son. It's what you do. And it's a nice scene, honestly.
And his dad goes away.
His dad goes away. And
then they have a wedding.
They have the wedding. And she says her vows. And the priest says, all right, Jack, it's time for your vows. Jack? And guess what? Jack hasn't written his vows.
Jack didn't write any vows. He's the dumb little man.
He spent too much time getting
plastered.
Getting fucking wasted on vodka with his dad.
I was vodka drinking in the pool.
Yeah, and then here I am. And his vows amount to just like...
I love you, darling.
I love you. He also says like... the 2 points he has in his vows are, I could never say anything as beautiful as the vows you just said, which, cop out. And also, you had it wrong yesterday. I didn't fix you. You fixed me. Which I appreciate the sentiment behind that, but also you did very much fix her.
You fixed her, Jack. Come on, Applejack. Come on, Cracker Jack.
You can take that credit for that one.
Come on, Jack Attack. Let's get real here.
So it really is just like, we're ragging on him, but I kind of liked these flashbacks.
Yeah, I was okay with them.
I wasn't like super engrossed in them, but as a contrast to the like fucking crazy ass stakes of what was going on the island, I like them as like a breath, and they're also like grounded in a way that flashbacks usually aren't. Because even though like the like story of how they're married is really nutty, the scene is just like, here we are at a wedding rehearsal.
Yeah, and it all takes place in like one place during 24 hours.
Exactly.
Which is sort of nice.
It's very relaxed. It's not like, oh my God, I can't believe Jack really is a murderer.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Exactly, right? They didn't like fuck up the story too much. They didn't try and make it ridiculous. It was very much using the flashbacks as more of a breath and more of a like calm point.
And I like that, and I kind of wish they did that a little more.
Yeah,
that's something very rare, because it feels, especially as the show goes on, it feels always like the flashbacks have to like really reveal something.
Yeah, exactly.
But like here they
don't really need to.
Yeah, you can just chill out and give us some space while Boone dies and Aaron thrives.
R.I.P. Boone.
R.I.P. Boone, and hello to Aaron, everyone's favorite character.
Love you, buddy.
Hey,
welcome to the island, mate.
Welcome. We've been waiting for you.
We've been waiting for you. Saw you born yesterday, and now I see you born today again.
Once again, sometimes the way this show works out is weird and funny.
We saw him born twice.
We saw him born twice in a row.
It's beautiful. It only happens twice. The chances of that happening were very low.
They were quite low, but we managed to wrangle them up to happen. I like this episode in general.
Yeah.
It like is also very indicative of like the good era of Lost.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because you have, like we've said, like the whole ensemble kind of working together.
Yeah.
And working off of each other in funny ways. Like there's a moment where like Claire's kind of like freaking out, and like Kate and Charlie are kind of like talking about like what to do, and Jin just like sits like with Claire and says something in Korean, but is like smiling and trying to be like reassuring.
Yeah.
And Claire just like opens up to Jin and is like, I'm really fucking scared right now. And it's like this really nice moment where between Claire and Jin.
Yeah, exactly. And like the stakes are just like appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, I mean, the stakes are super high, but they also, both of the situations make a lot of sense.
Exactly.
Claire was always going to have that baby, and I hoped since the moment I first saw him that Boone would die a slow and painful death.
Yeah, that's true.
And but like, so there's no mystery inserted anywhere.
Exactly. The only drama is like, is Jack gonna be okay with letting Boone go?
Yeah.
And the answer seems to be no, not
really.
Yeah,
no, not at all.
But like you get there. A lot of scenes kind of like stopped me in my tracks. The scene where like Boone is like, look, Jack, you can fucking chill out. And Jack is just like grimacing through it and being like, I fucking promised you, dude. Like that scene, like that had me fucking going, dude.
That's cool. It's good TV.
This was a good episode of television.
Good TV.
Good TV.
Certified good TV.
Certified good TV. What do you say we go and pick ourselves another episode of good TV?
Let's see. I bet it's gonna be bad TV. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, we had 2 of our 3 last episodes were good, so like we're riding too high.
Yeah, we're set for a bad one here. I'm gonna go to random.org. It's a random number generator that we use and other people do too, and you can too with random.org.
Ooh.
94. That's bad TV.
94 is probably bad TV.
That's definitely bad TV.
Let me confirm that is in fact an episode that we have or have not seen. 94 is... Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. 94, this is season 5, episode 8. La Fleur.
La Fleur.
And my friend... It's a Sawyer episode.
Sawyer, the protagonist, is back.
He's back, baby. This is actually one of... I remember this was one of my favorite episodes back in the day.
Really?
So
awesome.
I'm curious to see how it holds up.
Maybe it's good TV still.
It might
I like
be,
season 5.
Season 5,
I will say it.
It's goofy and fun, huh?
Of the latest 3 seasons, I like it better than season 4.
Absolutely.
It's the best one.
It's the best of the latter half, for sure. Anyways, we'll talk about that next time.
And
this time, we will say to you goodbye, and also...
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
And, of course...
I've been Bean.
And I've been Jims. And like we say at the end of every episode... Yeah!